Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name's Eric. I'm with the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we have one of, if not the best coaches in boxing, future Hall of Famer and future trainer of the year, Mr. Calvin Ford. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Calvin. How's life going at the moment?
Life is going great. Just preparing Javante for the upcoming event and whatnot. Everything is looking great. Just can't wait to get back in the ring. We've been off for a while, so just trying to make sure everything is on point and whatnot. They're in a good space.
Yeah, that's good, man. And to speak a little bit about, before we get to that topic, I saw that you have a nonprofit organization. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what's it about and how can one support the cause?
Well, we have a nonprofit. It's called Rise Inc. Been in the system for like over 5 years now. It's designed to help inner city kids to actually help them with what they want to do in life, and it had evolved since the 5 years now. So I have a plan that I'm working on. That's why I'm trying to raise money for the bus. I can go buy the bus, but me and Coach Kenny been buying and doing so much stuff with the kids. And, the sponsors has been. So what I'm trying to do is I see a lot of people ask me for interviews and they get good numbers when I do interviews because they say I bring the business and I speak to realists about things. And so they said, if you want to be a part of this, because it's bigger than boxing, actually. You
Yeah,
want
of
to be a
course.
part of this, help me reach my goal of what I'm trying to do, because this what we are working on is major. I mean, it's so major where it's going to help the kids that's at Upton Boxing and in the city and whatnot. And then also how big it is, it's going to branch out to help other kids where we can come together as a unit to give some hope, because it's not about the boxing, to tell the truth. What I learned from the kids that I've been working with is letting them see the world and letting them see that it's just bigger than where they are from, and see what other kids do in other places and whatnot. Because it's a lot of opportunities that I want to take them places and whatnot. And some parents don't have vehicles, and I don't want to put all the kids in coaches' vehicles, because we ran through a lot of cars. When I sit back and look of the years that we spent doing
Yeah.
what we're doing. So you can tear up some cars and whatnot, traveling up and down the road. And then I just want them to feel appreciated and whatnot. So when they see this project that we are working on, the people that's actually helping me reach that goal, they're gonna be real feel good in the inside of what we are doing and see how we are doing it and whatnot. Tank said to me and say, "Man, you always up to something." You know what I'm saying? And you have people out there saying, "Oh, Tank is a millionaire." And I said, "Yeah, but he's a millionaire. He's trying to find his way. He does a lot of stuff that we know about, that we don't know about, and he's trying to live and do his thing too." And then um, we have so many components that we are doing in our gym and whatnot. And if they imagine and see all the work that we do and put in, they'd be like, "Man, they do a lot." They do
Mhm.
a lot for the city and the community.
Yeah, that's one thing I feel like people do realize that they'll just kind of see what's posted on social media. They'll just see the outside. They won't put themselves in people's shoes and see everything that else is going on around. But that leads me to ask, Calvin, being that you and the Tank team, you guys are super big. You guys are one of the faces of boxing, even globally outside of boxing. What is it that keeps you rooted to the soil, man? What keeps you grounded? You sound like a super humble individual. What keeps you grounded?
Actually, what I'm doing, to tell you the truth, because I believe I have a purpose, and our purpose as human beings is to help one another. And I found something that is giving me that avenue to help people. My story itself speaks abundance, that a guy like me, and you have guys like me that's out here in the world that does not taking their story and giving back to society and seeing the work that they're doing when they come from a situation to do good, to give it to these youngins, um, these young kids, to let them know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, you know.
Yeah.
And as you probably didn't know, I had actually went back to jail for crime that I didn't do and whatnot. But I didn't go to jail for that. I went back to see what was going on in the institutions that was actually there. And that's why I make that statement. I've been saying it for a while. It's bigger than boxing, which it is, you know. So I have to take my work outside the gym and bring some of them inner cities kids in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And try to give them a purpose of redirecting their self of what they should be doing with their life.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's very inspiring, especially to, everyone watching, not just the fans, but the people out there that are, come from the ground up. That's an inspiring story. Apart from that, as a boxing fan, I always wanted to know what's the day in the life of a boxing coach like yourself, from the ins and outs.
I'm glad you brought that up. Me and our guys are working on that now. They're following me. Um, Now, you know, Tank just dropped the first video that we did. They followed me and they said, "Yo, do you sleep? How do you have everything done when you come in?" I said, "They says just preparation and worrying about everything." I always tell my guys, your job is to train, fight, and get paid. You know what I'm saying? The amateurs I always tell them, train, do your duties at home, do what you're supposed to do in school, because it's not about the boxing. Because you have to have the same attributes when you turn adult and actually go to work and be in a society. You have to have prepare yourself throughout what you're doing. And one thing I can say, when you come to an athlete that's preparing for a specific thing, he have to prepare himself. So it's the same thing in life. You have to prepare yourself.
Yeah. You know, being that you've trained amateurs all the way to the elite level, what would you say is something fighters and coaches might get wrong in the transition period?
Well, it's nothing that they're getting wrong. Sometimes they get discouraged because of really regular daily life. You know what I'm saying? Relationships, finance, a lot of things that discourage a coach to not want to do it because he got to live too. And some of the problems that he had to deal with a young youth of actually, you know, being a counselor, a dad, a mom, brother, or uncle. It's a lot of hats that we take on every day to actually, you know, see that kid through. But I thank my Lord for the experience that He gave me, is taking what I know and putting the right people around me that have the same passion. I always sit there and tell I call them the 12 disciples. I sit there and say, if you don't have the same passion that I have for the kids, you don't belong around me. Because as soon as I see that, and y'all know where I'm from, I'm gonna get rid of it. You know,
Amen.
so if we have the same accord, it's about the kids. You with me? We're gonna be successful.
That's great. That's great. June 15th, Las Vegas, Nevada. WBA title on the line. We get Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank the Ghost Martin. How's training camp going? And will we see anything new from Tank?
The only thing that I'm really focusing on, that this is our first African American fighter that we fight him.
Yes.
But he's one of them guys. He one of them guys that squeezed through the top four, the big four. It was four of them. It was Catino, um, it was Garcia, Devin Haney, Romachenko, and Shakur was coming up.
Of course.
He was actually coming up. But them guys moved from 135 to 140. You know what I'm saying? Tank had did that, you know, because people don't understand why we did it. We was having weight issues in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, of his career.
Mhm.
And say, shucks, fuck, let's go up to 140 and see how we go. And we did it. You know what I'm saying? Again, Tank is a 130, 135 guy. You know what I'm saying? His power can go all the way up to like 160, 150, 154, somewhere around in there. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, what I have seen him been doing and whatnot. And I try to say this, yo, I'm old school. We're going to stick with Marvin Hagler did. He ruled the weight class for a long period of time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're not like a big guy. If you look at Tank when he's fighting and look at the guys that he has been fighting, he's not a big guy. And we've seen that from the previous fight that we just got finished watching. They are big guys, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And whatnot. So sometimes you test the water to be great and whatnot. And I always notice they follow his suit anyway, you know. So um I can't wait to the 15th because it's been a while since we've been out the ring. Um I'm looking for that guy to really push Tank's button. And can Martin be that guy? Is he that guy? Is he one of them? We will see.
And just to mention, just like you mentioned, Tank's last fight was over a year ago. Do you think the inactivity will have an effect at all?
Don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. See, our way of training and what we do things is you're fighting every day. And if you listen to Tank interview, he's been through a lot of stuff in this last past year. So
Hmm.
he got a lot of pent up aggression, again. But his maturity from Ramadan is amazing. It's so amazing. It's like you know how when you're waiting for the playoff and you got two top notch teams ready to play against each other, and you just can't wait for they hit the field.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm really waiting on. And then it's all major because Tank is on prime. You know what I'm saying?
of course.
And everything is new. Yeah, everything is new. So, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward, our team going against his team and just want to put on a party. We come to party.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And not looking past Harden, of course, but if Tank is successful June 15th, who would you personally want to get next for Tank?
I don't have no personal like what you call it. I go according to the business because at the end of the day, people don't understand the business. We might want these fighters who putting the money up and which money is being spent to actually make the fight, and how much them guys are asking for to really make the fight. So
Yeah,
if you hear some of my comments, if we send you a contract, take the offer. If you say you can beat them,
of
it
course.
is what it is. You
Then
know,
you just complain about the weight drain, the money, the B sides, A sides, all that.
you get what
And
I'm saying?
one man that would, made that famous, and I'm just hearing rumors, of course, but I heard some rumor about Floyd possibly fighting against Tank in an exhibition match in September in Mexico. Is that how much of that could you talk about?
I couldn't even comment on them, because I look at Floyd and Tank. They do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So whatever comes past my desk and he signs off on it, that's what the deal is. But I didn't hear nothing like that. I've been hearing comments from both sides and what's going on and whatnot. It's great for boxing.
Yeah, it's laughable. It's laughable for sure. We have seen Shakur and
It's
Tate go
great.
on Twitter for a while now. Some say Shakur,
Mhm.
would win because of the boxing ability and IQ. Others say, Tank has the overall experience and the power. But what would really make the winner of that fight?
I mean, it's a thought fighter. We have these type of fights for years. You get what I'm saying? But they know. That's all I'm gonna say. They know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said again, if that contract come past your death and that's what the offer is, don't want to hear it. If you really believe, believe.
Yeah. We also saw Tank get in a confrontation with Devin Haney the other day. Were you there? And what was that all about?
They just happen to bump heads, and whatnot, and Taker's been advocating for Garcia about the incident that he was dirty and whatnot. And I'm happy for that it didn't happen in the sports because it would have tanked that fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a good fight. I think the same way Devin don't pick with Tank. It's just his dad. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was an opportunity to actually see each other, and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's all good.
So just checking the temperature in the water, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
And that,
that's all it is.
yeah, go ahead.
That's all it is. Because I mean, we wasn't there. We wasn't there. We old heads. We stay in our move. We move differently. You know what I'm saying? They just happen to be out at the same spot at the same time.
Got you, got you, got you. Would you guys still be interested in fighting Devin Haney, even though he just took a loss?
Um, a loss don't define who you are. You know what I'm saying? It have to make sense. See, when I look at it, that incident happened, but nobody talked about the numbers because that's what the whole fight was really geared on for that side of the team was to see the measuring stick of what they can really actually bring in. You know what I'm saying? That's why Garcia was the A side. You see what they let him know what they supposedly got paid, but they didn't tell him what the gate did, what the pay-per-view did. That,
Mm,
that nobody know nothing about that. That didn't even come up. So
yeah, you're right
again,
about
I know, yeah, I know it was all about making sure that you can conceal a seat at the table to say this is what we're bringing at the table, but nobody ain't talk about that. So again, that's what it's really based on, and whatnot. They have to make the stars and the moon and everything have to be in alignment to actually make that happen because it's like you're playing the stocks and bond. You ain't gonna bet on something that's not gonna be a sure bet.
Yeah. And you did mention Ryan Garcia. What do you think about the allegations that are going on right now?
He's good. To my understanding, everything was good. He's good. You'll see him making some noise in a few days, being who he is and what he do, So, and I've watched it. I watched when in the ring. Yeah, I give Devin a rematch out the ring. This is why Ron was weak and woo, woo, woo. You see what he did, the such and such and such. So the
Mm.
narrator started changing the focus back on Tank again. So we have to wait and see how it play out.
Got you, got you. Changing the topic a little bit, there is a big fight also on the undercard. We got the Mexican monster David Benavidez taking on Oleg. Are you a fan?
Yeah, that's cool.
And who do
I'm a
you?
fan of his. I'm a fan of his because he come to fight. He's a company man. They give him the fight. He comes to fight. He's a regular guy doing regular stuff. He living his life. He had his ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? He's still being a champion of life and in boxing.
Of course, and everyone wants to see him versus Canelo, right? I don't know why,
Yeah, but what
but
reason? Because Canelo is the man. You can't, Canelo fought the man. That's Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He lost against Floyd. Now he's the man. You see that clinic that he put on
I'm a
against
Mungia.
what's his name, man, and he's going to be a great champion too. He got my eyebrows. He got me looking like the Rock. Got my eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for boxing because it was a great night for both of them. You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah, of
great
course.
night for both. So we have to really come on and put on a great event come the 15th.
And do you have a winner if that fight were to happen in the future between Benavidez and?
It's hard to say because Canelo is at the weight he's at, and Benavidez is going up. You know what I'm saying? Because he got to still eat, so he's trying to make other moves. But we have to wait to see do that fight come to like.
Fruition? Yep. So at this point, would you say that in Canelo's career, his achievements have surpassed all those Mexican greats? There is a bunch of legends, but at this point, is it okay to say that Canelo's the greatest of the great between the Mexican fighters?
It's hard to say because I'm not that guy sitting at that table that's putting that rule on what they're saying to say who goes in, who goes out, who's this, who's that. But in my book, he put on a great, fantastic show for boxing. His name is mentioned as one of them guys, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a billion boxers out there and a few names are only mentioned, but his name is mentioned. So I believe he did enough for boxing to bring boxing where it's at today.
Perfect, perfect. Who are some of your favorite fighters of all time, and who would you say you based Tank's fighting styles from?
Can't tell you that. You know how to study it. um, um, with me and Kenny, and we have I know his DNA or what's the baseline of Tank. You know what I'm saying? I'll never tell nobody that. But Tank is evolving as we speak. He's still evolving. Um, this camp was a little bit different. Come June 15th, we get to see that because Martin is he's a opponent that's gonna put his best because it's a great opportunity for him. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now I can't make no mistakes. I'll never sleep on nobody. Do I want Tank to knock him out? No. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Oh,
look for knockouts. No, I don't look for knockouts. I don't train Tank to knock people out. You know what I'm saying? Martin knows. He knows what he's dealing with. He knows what time it is. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than Martin. It's bigger than it's bigger than Martin. I'm gonna put it that way. It's something brewing. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be that major fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, Martin is just a test of where we have to be at. Uh, Tank coming off a long layoff, but it was a good layoff because he's been boxing since he was 7 years old. and he's been putting in work. And if you look at the work that we did between DC and come back to Vegas before we shut down, you know what I'm saying? He needed to rest. 'Cause being in camp is hard. It's hard, man. It's hard. And again, um, we've been knocking at the door, knocking at the door. Hopefully, we'll be ready to go through that door soon. You know, just looking at how his engine is running. I don't know. I think we just put a brand new engine in there. So just got to see how it runs the rest of these weeks, getting close to the fight.
That's great, of course. So, if I were to ask you a question, would you prefer Tank to go undisputed at 135, or just make the big fights? Whoever lines him up, he knocks him down.
Uh, Again, he's been doing that since day one. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? He's been doing that since day one. Again, it have to make sense to the heads to be because of the amount of money and the production and the promotion of doing the fight. It's just what the guys ask for. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. That's the whole bottom line. To have this fight happen, a fighter going to ask for a certain amount of money. And do it make sense? And why should he have that certain amount of money? Like Canelo said there say, I want 100 million. Everybody went through the roof.
Think he
Am
said
I right,
200.
wrong? No, 200, 100. And I'm saying, dang, he ain't saving no room for Benavidez, but they gonna pay him. You know what I'm
And then
saying? And he understand his worth. So I can't get mad with him. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want that fight, y'all really want that fight, I would give y'all that fight for this amount of money. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's why Benavidez is making the moves that he's making. Like, yo, that ain't happening no time soon. You know what I'm saying? But would you put it out there too if you was in his position?
yeah.
For the person, for the people that's asking you for the fight?
It's a business before anything, right? I mean, you got to take care of your own. It's
Yeah,
like Meg said, you can't feed your family off, legacy. So
yeah, I said it all the time, and what you want Tank Legacy, but Tank Legacy ain't gonna stop until he stop boxing. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Floyd stopped boxing, and he's still boxing. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna count? Are they gonna count them fights in his legacy? You
Hey,
get what I'm saying?
hey, you're right.
So
When he
so
is getting
again,
back,
I right. So I don't pay attention to that, man. I just be thankful that the guy's enjoying life. Just bring some substance to the game. You know what I'm saying? To make you go, hmm, wow. That's it.
got you. Change the subject a little bit. I want to get your perspective. May 18th, who will become the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk, and why?
That's a good one. You know, um, I wasn't a Tyson fan. He made me believe, man. He put in work. And then, but with his off and on, like, I'm gone from the game, coming back. And ooh, he won it. He won it. He definitely won it. And I've been watching him. He's been putting in work. So it's a big opportunity for him. Um, uh, big guy, big guy, you got to fight, but do he still have what it takes to actually do it? And Tyson
Mm-hmm.
Fury, that's why they call him Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? His
Yeah,
name's been speaking. He got the right name, and you never know what the Egyptian man gonna do. You never know what he's gonna do, so you can't count him out. So it's hard to say I'm gonna lean this way, but then I just watched Canelo performance as an older guy in the game. I can't count the big guy out. I can't count him out. So
if you
it's
have to
hard for
put
me to say.
you have on it, you got to pick one. Who you going for?
No, I don't. I don't have to pick one of them. I'm gonna keep it real. I like Tyson first because the body of work that he put in from coming from the bottom and just getting to where he at. And he's been sound. But I look at him because he won it. He won it like, yo, I won it. But Tyson Fury, he's gonna bring that Tyson and that Fury too.
Oh,
And his style is different than what Ugas got had the chance to see. So it's hard to say.
got you. And before you leave, this is the pound for pound boxing channel for a reason. Could you name your top five pound for pound fighters at the moment?
At the moment, my pound for pound fighters. Well, Tank is my guy.
Of
I
course.
like Boots. I like Boots. I really do like Boots. Um, I haven't seen. I got a couple of kids that I look at, but they still low, but they can be pound for pound. I'm not gonna mention their names. That's two of them. They from out my area. They from
Gotcha.
out my area. They in the rankings, but their numbers ain't up there yet. Um, Pound for pound. So I got Tank and Boots right now. Pound for pound. Mm. I gotta say Garcia because he's fighting everybody. He
Yeah,
fighting everybody. Yeah, you
yeah.
got to put him in. He's fighting everybody.
He wants fire.
Um,
So
that's three. Who else? That's three. I can't keep Canelo out. I can't keep Canelo out. He just put on a great performance. Who else? That's four. One more. Who else that you really got your eyes on?
in a way, maybe.
Um, yeah, I can. Yeah, I gotta keep him in there because he's been making great noise. That's my five. But I was going to say, what's his name? But he ain't fighting no big names yet. He just signed with Matchroom or Eddie Hearn.
That's a Boots, right?
140,
Oh, 140.
140.
Um,
Cuban kids. He's been on and off. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? But he's just my tears. I'm looking at him too.
yeah,
Yeah,
got you,
but
got
he haven't fought no big names. But his style, like he don't care. He don't
yeah,
care. But
savage.
the guy, yeah, the guy you just with, that's my five. They making great noise. They doing their thing.
Perfect, perfect. And last but not least, June 15th. Who wins and why?
Who wins and why? Well, I know that's what the whole goal of sitting in this seat is. We going to win. We want to win. We going to win. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we had something to deal with the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal, but it's just like this guy's just in our way of getting to where we need to be getting to. And everybody talking that, you know, that Martin is that guy. He squeezed to the crack. He's up and coming. You know what I'm saying? He didn't belong in this lineup, but he's here. You know what I'm saying? So we have to deal with it. He's here for a reason. So I can't count that reason out there. When I look at Pitbull and um Rolly, it was just a freak accident that they squeezed in. You know what I'm saying? So Pitbull, he's in there too. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
everybody that
it's
ain't
going to be
like becomes a superstar, right?
say it again, and you don't never hear no stuff like that. So we've been uplifting them guys. So again, we see how that night come out. I just want everybody to tune in, come to a great event, turn your TV on. Everybody got to be tuned in on it because you got two of the hottest fighters, two of them on the same card,
Yep,
going out there and putting their body work. So you can't miss this. You want to see it personally.
yep, for sure. Well, that wraps it up with us. Is there any social media you'd like to say where we could contact you, see a little
Um, you
life?
can you can get with me, Coach Calvin Ford on Twitter, Coach Calvin Ford on YouTube. I mean, on the Rise podcast, we have that. You can get with me on Coach Calvin Ford on Facebook and Coach Calvin Ford on Instagram.
Perfect, Coach. Good luck June 15th. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much.
For
My
everyone else
man. Good job.
trying, thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe, share, like, do all that good stuff, man. This is Eric with the Pound for Pound Boxing Channel. We're out.
Man,
Peace.
I appreciate it. They're going to be on your channel on this because they can't get interviews with me.